Since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, more than 19,500 children illegally deported by Moscow have been identified. According to the Ukrainian Ombudsman's office, the real number is much higher. Little Ukrainians are taken to special centers in Russia or on territories temporarily occupied by the Russian army. There, they undergo propaganda and start preparing for the army. For example, a special center, Avant-Garde, has opened in Crimea, temporarily occupied by Russia. More than 100 young people in grades 9 to 11 were placed there. They are taught the basics of military studies.
By spreading war-related propaganda, the Russian occupiers are trying to erase Ukrainian identity in our children, to break their connection with native country. Russia's militarization of education and imposing its ideology on children in the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine is a war crime under international humanitarian law. Dmytro Lubinets, Ukrainian Parliament Commissioner for Human Rights, on Telegram.
The Russian authorities deliberately complicate the process of finding stolen children by changing the data in their documents or simply giving them for adoption to Russians. At the same time, the child often still has parents or family members in Ukraine. So far, 386 such cases have been recorded. Nevertheless, Ukraine managed to return children home. For example, the Save Ukraine team has returned 19 young Ukrainians, and official Kyiv has created a special infrastructure for the rehabilitation of children after their return.
We help every such child. This can be psychological, medical assistance, finding a place in an educational institution, as well as material assistance and provision of social housing upon return. Basically, whatever is necessary. An individual plan is created to accompany the child or family, which will be carried out under the guidance of a supervisor. And together with civil international organizations and government agencies, we provide everything necessary for the child or family to feel comfortable at home. Irina Tulakova, head of the Coordination Center for the Development of Family Education and Child Care, on the air of Dnipro TV channel.
Consistent work on this issue at the state level has been blocked by Russia. For instance, the Ukrainian Parliamentary Commissioner for Human Rights Dmytro Lubinets said that Moscow had not handed over the list of deported children, although it publicly reported to do so. Kyiv is trying to get international organizations and allies to put more pressure on Russian Federation. The forced deportation of Ukrainian children became one of the main topics at the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe conference in Warsaw.
The Russian Federation wants every child to be returned only with the participation of Maria Lvova-Belova's office in order to simply put pressure on these legal representatives and on the children themselves. But we are saying that we need a legal mechanism where the rights of the child and the rights of legal representatives will not be violated. And that's why Ukraine is coming to the international arena with such a message, and non-governmental organizations are supporting it.
Reported by Roman Smoler, Danilo Kobza, UATV News.